Previously on Cossack Life. I woke up the next morning, trying to be as quiet as possible, expecting parents to be resting from the momentous events of the day before, leaving their home country of Ukraine, flying to Canada to start their new lives, reuniting with their daughter, son-in-law, and grandson.
Hello, Joel.
It was a big day. What I stumbled upon instead was completely unexpected. Parents were already up and working. Mom was planting flowers, and Dad, well, we had an old neglected sandbox that had grown over thick with weeds and grass. Before I'd gotten out of bed, he'd already cleared it and turned the soil. I know nothing about planting, growing, gardening. I can barely keep the grass alive, as you can see. So for many years, this great, big backyard has essentially gone to waste. Parents' land back home is rich and fertile, and the harvest every year is unbelievable. I never entertained the possibility that we might recreate even a semblance of that on these shores. To think that parents would bring their lifetime of experience and know-how to our backyard was really a boon. Day 2. I wake up early the next morning and see Dad through the window, already working, staking out the field. Maybe it was my imagination, but I couldn't ignore a sense of urgency, even imminence, in his pace. When I turn on the news, it's not difficult to understand why. While Dad does the heavy lifting, preparing the garden beds and digging holes for fruit trees and bushes, I go to pick up the equipment we would need for the next phase. I return with this, a sod cutter. This tool looks like it hasn't changed since Bible times. We got to work right away, pulling up the sod to prepare the garden beds. That was a long day, and a lot of sod. Day 3. We prepared the garden beds to receive soil the following day. It was a family affair, with Dad cutting the lumber to size, and both he and Marina putting the boxes together. Father and daughter time. We recruited some young muscle for the next step. Connor, our eldest, helped turn over the soil. We had a lot of trimmings, branches, and twigs piling up that we decided to burn to prepare the soil for the next day. It reminded me of our summer trips to Ukraine. At the end of each harvest season, the countryside air is thick with smoke from stubble burning, the practice of burning the hay at the end of the season, which returns the nutrients back into the soil. I watched the embers burn into the last waning hours of daylight. Our parents' third day in Canada. Day 4. Soil. It was another long one, hauling soil in the wheelbarrow for most of the day. All hands on deck again. We continued to work as the shadows stretched long into the evening. Day 5. Dad prepares the soil. And Mom begins to plant. The end of the week and we've made some solid progress. We reward ourselves with some espresso and sitting. Sitting never felt so good. Sitting there on the patio, surveying our yard and the week's labor, it's unrecognizable. It's hard to believe, but 5 days ago, these garden beds weren't here. These flowers weren't here. Marina's parents weren't here. None of this was here. What a difference a few days make. When people think of Ukrainian food, they think vareniki, piroshki, borscht, and of course, cabbage rolls. That's what Mom makes today. At the end of each day, Marina works late into the night, navigating the endless maze of paperwork, jumping through hoops, getting documents sorted, visas and work papers, also parents can stay in the country. I think back to my family's start in this country. My parents worked in a grocery store by day and janitorial work by night, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, for years. We are immigrants, not afraid of hard work, long hours, But Marina's parents have already built their livelihoods and careers. They've worked full lives in their country. Now, well into their 60s, to start again is a daunting prospect. And the war has been going on for months now. War fatigue is setting in already, and people's attention spans are shifting elsewhere. I feel discouraged and fear the world has already stopped caring. A few blocks from home, lost in my thoughts, I turn a corner that I don't usually take. I can't believe my eyes. How on earth could I not have seen this before? Yet another reminder. We are supported. Another sign from above. I still vividly remember my first trip to Ukraine, remarking how planting and growing were so inherently a part of these people's lives. But now in a new land, starting over, it's even more essential. There's something about planting seeds that is intrinsic to life. It takes faith when you sow a seed, sow an intention that something unseen will happen, that something will grow from the hope you put into the ground. It takes faith to leave what you know. It takes faith to build something new. And we are building as a family. And we'll be ready to build a stronger Ukraine. Next time on Cossack Life. Mom gets her first order in Canada. While Dad gets his first work in Canada. But no matter, it's always all hands on deck with this Cossack family.